going to be live in 2 seconds. Should be live now. Are we live? Yes, I think so. Right? Are we?
It's live.
Now we are.
Going to be live in 2 seconds. Oh, what? Who's that? Is that me talking?
It was.
It was. Rookie.
Oh my God. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another Monday here. I hope it's not me and I killed in the background somebody else. Okay. It's Jesse. I'm gonna blame Jesse. Welcome to another Monday, guys, here in Operation 11 Charlie. We are very grateful you guys being here. We have a bunch of people already in the chat. Thank you for joining us. Let me see here. We got Jeff Skirkis, Jeffrey, welcome in, brother Thompson RC. We got our guys there in the chat. Adams Playground, welcome in, Thompson RC. Thank you guys. Kurtz RC, how you doing, brother? Good to see you guys. Thank you for being here with us on another Monday. I'm gonna be in and out, guys. The guys are gonna be taking care of the show. We just came back from an amazing event here at in Georgia. We were at Georgia with the Georgia Rock Zombies, amazing event there. Rob can talk about it during the show and about that show, about that event. We have some of our guys there at Operation 11 Charlie. Robert was there. We have our guys from Georgia, Fort Benning area, from Fort Mitchell area were there. So we're very excited. We had a blast there with our guys. Amazing stuff they do out there. Huge shout out to everybody from the Georgia Rock Zombies. They were present out there at that event. So we want to thank you guys very much. So I was gonna ask Robert what you did over the weekend, but where were you over the weekend, bro?
Did you run RCs by chance?
What happened? I did the following day. I did not do anything that Saturday, but I was just so busy at the booth. I had a lot of people coming over and we were discussing all kinds of stuff. Picked up some work, and of course, more people want to get stuff right before the next big event. So I got a whole bunch of stuff just loaded on me, and I got 45 days to get it all done. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
No, but it was overall, it was good. It was cold. It was
cold,
definitely
right?
cold.
It was
Now,
it was some different kind of cold, right, Rob?
It was almost like Alaska cold, I believe. You know, it was chilly.
Blame that on Hobby. He always wants cold. And now he's
He
saying
didn't like it
cold.
when he was there.
You have shorts on?
Hey, it was Alaska cold, he said.
You said Alaska?
Yeah, Alaska cold. Oh man, my wife was sitting down. She was wearing sweatpants on top of her jeans. She had a beanie hat on. She had another blanket over her, and she was cold. But she's 100% Floridian, so it's.
My wife was the same way. Hey, Dennis, good to see you. Tyler, thank you for joining us. It was I don't know. I felt it on my bones. This cold.
Oh yeah,
I love the cold. But yeah, we had a blast there. Jesse, how was your weekend?
Good. I worked. It was a pretty boring weekend, but I worked on my comp trucks this weekend. Got them Sorka ready.
Ready for the next event?
Don't say that bad word.
What you saying?
Don't say that bad word.
I know. We have another comp in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks? Awesome.
Where at?
Down at Key City in Frederick, Maryland. We were there a week ago, I think.
Nice.
So it's every couple of weeks we go down.
Awesome.
You gonna be a fall crawl?
Of course.
All right. I'll be there too.
No, good.
Let's
Be there.
It's gonna be cold, Rob. Just to give you a heads up. I know a guy that rode a motorcycle there one time. It was like 30 degrees and raining. It was a rough weekend.
It's weird. Like 1 year it's freezing, and then another year the guys are cutting jeans off and making shorts. And then this past year we had crazy fog roll in midday. So it fluctuates, but it's always a good time.
I'm excited. It's gonna be my first time out there, so I'm stoked. I
Nice
like new
to know.
places.
We'll
It's
be there. It's a fun time.
Sweet. Oh, hey, Luke Sharif is in the chat. Where's Javier's hat? Hey, this is my new hat, man. Got that new shine.
Reef, you're gonna give him a complex. You don't have. his
Javi
hat.
got those
hold
waves,
on.
man. That's what's up. Look at them waves, dude.
That's years of brushing right there.
Hey, hold on. Where's my hat right here?
There
There it is.
Oh, there you go.
Where's my hat right
Wow,
here?
waves like that. I thought you were walking around with a scully on. Okay.
Bro, it got that. Bro, I got that new brush.
Terrell.
On that, it got that. Yeah. Hey, I'm trying to be like Obi. Look at,
No,
it's too short.
Nice, nice.
Maybe someday.
One of in a couple of years, we'll see. Who's that? Oh, that's Jeremy.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we'll see. Let me see. We got anybody in?
Got Reef.
Yeah, see Sharif in the house. Tyler, say hi. Dennis, Trail, Crawlers RC. Thank you guys. If we miss anybody, thank you for being here with us. Oh, that was Sean left. Jeremy, what you did? You were still working this weekend?
Working on tiny trucks.
Oh, okay. So not the military stuff no more.
Nope.
Good.
Nope. And I got a little bit of runtime in with Matt over at Harvard Rocks. Testing out new stuff.
Sweet, man. That is Sean. That's Sean's driving.
New
That's
stuff.
sweet. I know you guys are gonna be working some stuff out there in Harper Rocks, right? Next few months or so for the whole following.
Upgrade, yeah.
Yeah.
Making it more truck friendly.
Awesome. That's
That's
what's up.
smoothing it out.
It's always good to have change it from time to time, right? So people will get excited about it. You are Jeremy Burris in the house. Good to see you, Jeremy. So I was gonna ask Matt. So he was with Jeremy. So you guys did the miles on Sunday, I believe, right? 6 points.
He drove behind me on a golf cart.
Oh, that's what it was.
It was too cold.
No, it was 28 degrees. Yeah.
It was cold this weekend.
Nope, not doing it.
It was one of my bigger. I think it was the biggest one of this year. 6.14 miles I did yesterday.
6.1. Yeah, I saw that. I saw the
2.5 hours, 2 hours, 40 minutes.
Yep.
So you're sweating in the cold. It was good for your body.
That's bro. If it was cold where we were in Georgia, I knew it was a lot colder when you guys there up north. So,
But it's going to be nice by the end of this week up here. So maybe this weekend I can get him out and hit the trails.
Not this weekend, not for me. It's a wife weekend.
Well, we can make it. I'll bring mine. We can. What is that called? A wedding retreat or marital counseling or?
Nope. I'm running away.
I get in trouble.
RC Cape Cod, welcome in, guys. Welcome in, brother. So real quick, I'm gonna pass it along to the guys, but let me see before I head out. I'll be on the chat. I just want to say thank you for the hospitality from everybody there in Georgia for being.
Everybody's drink.
We had a blast there. We were there from Thursday through Saturday night. Right after the band, I started driving. I drove like 4 hours. Then I drove the rest on Sunday. It was school day for the boys today. I didn't want to drive the whole 8. It's supposed to be 7 hours, but with family, end up being 9 or 10. So I didn't want to do that on a Sunday.
Did you get in the water?
Well, the car did. No, I didn't.
Okay, so you did drive in the water.
Just a little bit.
Like what's a little bit? Like an inch?
Maybe half an inch. Now I got maybe half. I went.
There was
That's
a
why-
puddle in the parking lot.
It was. That's what it was. But we had a blast. Again, this event, it was to interact with people. That's done for us, our guys, to go out to the trails. So we did a lot of crawling and stuff like that with the family. So the kids had a blast. All our veterans that were there had a blast. We end up we end up when we got there in the early in the morning, we have four soldiers doing rocking there with all the gear on the back. Give me flashbacks. So now we stop, say hi to them, blah blah blah. Then when they were done with the rock march, they came back and stopped on our booth, and they were with us for like an hour or so or more, talking to us and finding about Operation 11 Charlie. So we spent time talking to other veterans as well from that area, Alabama, Fort Benning area. So it was fun. It was fun. Again, a shout out to everybody from Georgia Rock, Zombie, Corey Allen, all the guys right there, always supporting Operation 11 Charlie while we do. We did an induction ceremony, right, to first responder Latricia Griggs, right? We did that out there. First
That was
responder.
our first responder, right?
Our second one,
Second.
right? Because a lot of
Alonzo.
people don't know Alonso. Yeah,
Yeah,
Alonso
that's
is a
right.
detective, right, from the police force out there in Tulare, California. And even though Jura is a veteran, he's a captain.
Yeah.
Police department out there as well. So we have a few first responders under our belt here in Operation 11 Charlie. So
That's awesome.
she's been, you guys met her. She's been helping out Operation 11 Charlie for a minute. She was with us at Toys for Tots in Christmas as well, working hard. So in USD and in some other places that she's been there with us. So she is she works for the fire department in Fort Mitchell, also with the rescue department, all that stuff. So just shout out to all the. Oh, and we have one of our veterans. He's a police officer now, also from Fort Mitchell, Edwin. So he's a full-time police officer now. So yeah, we have a bunch of first responders under our belt. So thank you for everything you guys do. Those guys are on the front line here, right? We were on the front line down there, so they're on the front line down here. So we are very grateful. Let me see here. There's some people that came in. I don't want to miss that. DMHRC, welcome in. Good to see you, JNXRC. Thank you for being here, Bruce. Welcome in. What's up, brother? Snowball 2489. Does anyone have an RC4 with that C2X? Yes, I have one there. I have a C2X there. I haven't used it for a minute, but yeah, it's there. Anybody, you guys have a C2X? Right?
That's what Jeremy did, I know.
Yep. I've had two of them. I got one in parts.
Snowball asking, do you have any updates on helping out Canadian ones to get in my dad and Rick? Yes, we are. We talk about it now. I need to work on my passport. I already mentioned this, but we're gonna talk about that in our meeting. We need to work on our passport because some of our guys are be heading out sometime this year if we can. So
We gotta check in with all the regulations and everything.
all the regulations, yes, but yeah, that is on the work. We gonna sometime this year we're gonna be able to do it. We're trying to figure out which event are we planning to go up there. At least some of our guys, right? I know we got the Recon G6. I don't know it's gonna happen this year. And then the guys from GCM are doing an event too. We already talked to them, and we're planning to be there sometime this year. When we get that everything good to go, we're gonna mention it on our website and on the social media here on the show as well. So our guys, our veterans from Canada, be on the lookout. So yeah, we will have a presence sometime this year. Larry, welcome in, brother. Good to see you. Good to see you. What else that I forgot to mention? Oh, we got, I want to shout out, we got an event coming up next month, right? And that is in Texas. I think Sergeant Major, you're going to be able to go there, I think, right?
No,
No?
plans change that quickly.
Oh, yeah, hey. Army, who?
Army who?
Let me see. I forgot where's my, I want to mention the event that's going to be next month. We will be present there, guys. Bear with me. I'm trying to.
Is that the Crawl Fest? Is that what that one was?
Texas Crawl Fest.
Texas Crawl Fest. Got it here. It's Texas Crawl Fest in Candalia, Texas. Is about almost 2 hours north of San Antonio. and the same way south of Austin. So it's right there up on the middle. We have, thank you, Bruce. Oh, yeah, Texas Crawl Fest. So we'll be there. We have some of our veterans will be there. We got Trent, Nicole, the Finleys will be there. Carlos probably will be there.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and we inviting some of all the veterans that reach out to us throughout this couple of years from that area. Actually, we can send in an invite. So we might get some other veterans from other nonprofit heading out there, especially from the one from that Trend is part of, right? Marine Outdoors. So hopefully we get some veterans out there. So yeah, we're looking forward. That is April 21st to the 23rd, Crawl Fest. So shout out to all the sponsor, all the guys there that are conducting this event. So it's our first time being in Texas for an event. Larry is asking me, is April 21st to the 23rd? But I believe, Larry, is only Saturday and Sunday. 21st is just for setup, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on that, but it's just that Saturday and Sunday. Get to open up everything on the 21st. So April 21st to the 23rd. It is 507 H Falls Road in Candalia, Texas. So we're looking forward. Yeah, thank you, Bruce. Really appreciate it. Appreciate it, brother. Bruce has the information. Bruce, I think that's a person I've been talking to, Bruce, right? Bruce, help me out there, bro. It is. I talked to him over the phone. I think that was Bruce. But yes, we're looking forward to that event there. We have a lot of friends in Texas. We got a bunch of bases out there as well. So hopefully we can get some of those guys out there as well. Let me see. Then beat the creek. I don't want to hear how many days we got left, please. That we got beat the creek, guys. So that beat the creek is right after that. So be on the lookout. We had a bunch of our guys are going there, so I'm looking forward to be there. I said JNX, but we are still gonna make a 10-hour trip one way. Okay, yes, that too. I got it. Oh, that is James. Yes, James. I need to finish coordinating that. Thank you for reminding me, James. Yes. Look at this, Larry. Larry said 46 days. Come on, Larry. So yes, yeah. Huge shout out to the guys from Marine Outdoors that donated that track share for us, and we're gonna James give us a couple of guys. We're gonna meet up to start, so we could pick that up. So I think James, I'll talk to you during the week, James, because it's gonna be shorter for you to go pick it up because Larry is planning to go halfway and or a third of the way, then meeting up with you somewhere in the border of Georgia and Florida. Then I got to talk to Trent. Maybe they could bring it out to Louisiana, and then from there, Larry will pick it up there and bring it back to Florida, and then give it to you. So we'll talk about there. We're planning on that. And I think what else? I think that's it. Then the whole month, we mentioned the whole summer is busy. I guess, oh man, we're busy all the way to the end of the year until November. Every month there's an event that our guys are going to be present somehow. And I think that's it. Anything else that I forgot to mention before I head out?
Nope.
Okay.
Should be good.
So Jess is gonna take over the show. People, thank you. Just help out Jess. She's gonna be the
Unmute your
host.
mic.
Why are you nervous?
Hey, let's center screen her.
No,
Okay.
it's
No,
not.
hold on.
Yeah,
Hold on. I'm fixing
50
stuff.
Shades of Red right here.
it's
Right.
right there. But this does not go. Oh, you.
So right there. There you go, Jess. So you take over, Jess.
Are you
Y'all know
sure?
what I mean. Bringing
No,
out the stage right. Thank you.
At least you're talking. You're getting.
You are
Doing
talking.
great.
I'm getting better.
right.
Really?
Yes, you are.
Are you reading the script behind the screen now?
No, I have stuff written already.
Matt, you're the host, guys.
All
Again,
good.
I'll be in and out. I'll be here in the chat, guys. Thank you. thank you guys. You guys are special guests. I forgot to mention Mr. Jeremy Kilburn, fellow veteran, right? How many years he's been in the hobby? Over 30 years now, Jeremy?
Over 30, yeah.
A lot of experience here. So guys, a lot of knowledge, a lot of questions. Please, for the Sergeant Major is some good stuff, guys. So peace. See you in a minute.
Real quick, Javi, real quick. So when Jeremy shows something, how do I get him to go full center screens?
Okay, when you do that, you see the three dots,
Is
like
he pinned?
like go to his screen, right? And you
Yep,
see
yep,
the
yep.
three dots, click on it.
Yep.
I don't see them. Now you put I don't see
Is
no
it pinned?
No, it's the other one. It says oh my god.
Spotlight, I got you.
Spotlight.
I got you. Okay. We're good.
Then when you go back, click on gallery, and then
Yep.
you take it out from it, you know.
It'll be fun. We'll have fun. Bloopers live and roll.
We'll figure it out.
I'll be listening. Anything, I'll be back.
Maybe it's best you don't listen.
No. Now you just made us all nervous.
Anything, ask Jesse. Any question?
No,
ask Jesse.
don't
Okay.
ask me.
Even in the chat here, a lot of questions from Jess, please. Thank you. Merry
Yeah, get the questions ready.
I got him.
She's got a list.
Hey Rob, before we go to him, can you like recap how your experience this past weekend?
I want to know what he's working on.
That he's blue
Right now,
screen
cleaning my
pretty good.
airbrush because I'm thinking about painting something, but I don't know what. So many things to choose from.
Was this your first time going up there? Or have you been up there in years past?
Oh no, I've been up there years past, and it's always great. I've always worried about driving my trucks through water, so it's like a little on edge. Last year,
This is a guy who weathers trucks for a living and doesn't want to get them dirty and wet.
Doesn't want to get them dirty. The irony
I don't want to
is
say get
awesome.
dirty, but fully submerged in water, that's a bit much. But what really I got over that fear was last year I took my metal masher out there under the water, and seeing everybody's reactions around me about that, just hit the water, just hating it, like, you're gonna mess it up, they're like, what are you doing, you're crazy. And I'm like, it's my truck. But ever since then, I'm like, you know what, water's not that bad, you know, as long as you go through all your waterproofing steps, and you do what you got to do. And I went old school style with my receiver, put in a little balloon, that was a quickie. And now I have no fear. I have no fear of mud, water, anything. I just don't like seeing my trucks get dirty. That's it. But
Paints the dirt
when the
on.
pressure is on, I'll do it. But
Yeah,
as
did
for
you-
the weekend, it was great. I mean, we got out there probably around 6:30 in the morning, and it was about 32 degrees, freezing. My body was not used to it at all. My wife, she was like, nope, you're setting the tent up yourself. And that was pretty much it, really, at the beginning. I had a couple people help me out set up, and then as the day went on, just normal event stuff, just telling everybody like what times. We had everything listed. We were actually doing the raffle giveaways the same way as USTE, where everybody's on like a casino chip, just to make it easier. This way you're not just sitting there for 2 hours later on in the afternoon just calling out numbers, waiting for people to come pick up their prizes. The events during the event, like the zigzag race, I had so much fun with that one. I didn't run, but watching everybody try to get through the zigzag was just it was hilarious. You could tell the drivers from hey, this is my first year. But everybody was still coaching everybody, so it's not like brought to like a competition level where everybody's just shh, don't give them any secrets. It's not that type of culture that's out there. And those guys, they're just amazing. The Georgia Rock Zombies, I have not met one person that's just steered me in the wrong direction or made me feel uncomfortable. They're all just wonderful. So if any of these other Rock Zombies events are running, I highly recommend any of you guys just try to make it out there. You're gonna fall in love with the people. You really are.
That's awesome. Did they have the creek jump this year?
Yes. Well, no, because somebody forgot to bring the ramp. But I believe that they were still attempting it. But during that time for that event, I was actually at the booth. So I'm not sure how well that went. I know the tug pull and the zigzag, and I believe they tried to do the boat races, but there wasn't enough water for the boat races. But all in all, everybody just had a killer time. There were so many people out on the rocks, in the water, and yeah, just having a good time, just hanging out. That was probably my favorite part, is everybody just getting together, just talking about stuff that they're going to be doing, or just life events, and just really just overall having a great time with each other. It's great.
Dwayne's saying they did have the creek jump.
They did? Okay. I missed that one because I know that the last I heard the ramp was missing, and then somebody may have had a ramp. So
I was gonna say, Dwayne, if you know, did anybody make it? I was watching the videos last year. That looked pretty. I don't know if I would do it, but if somebody let me their truck, I would definitely try it.
right, somebody else's truck.
Yeah, I was waiting for videos to pop up. I haven't seen any yet. So if they're out there and I'm missing it, just put where they're at on YouTube.
Yeah. I got so busy just talking and trying not to freeze. I didn't even take a picture of my booth. I was so bummed. It was late Saturday night. I put the tent up and I was like, I never took a picture. I'm like, come on, what am I doing? But the heads that I've been painting were actually a really big hit.
Yeah, they look good.
A lot of people like those heads.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm gonna have to do more of them.
Yeah, that's what's cool about the events. You go, I mean, UST, I think I ran truck maybe hour and a half, and they're 4 days. It's like you said, you just stand around talking, meeting people from all over US, other countries. We all have one thing in common. We're these thinking
Right.
little trucks and having a blast.
Mm-hmm. And you really don't regret not hitting the trail. I mean, the event's for the trail, but if you got to meet a couple of new faces, work things out, whatever the situation is, that's I don't care. I'm fine. I build these trucks all day long. I can run them anytime that I want. But if I have to spend 4 days meeting new people, I am happier than pig and poo.
I was like, how's it gonna go here?
I was trying to think of something. Really.
Dwayne said a crawler did make it across. Wow.
There is video, a very short video.
Yeah, last year I seen him hit the ramp, and man, it looked good. And all of a sudden, nosedive straight into the water.
Drop like a rock.
Yeah. I remember last year, Scott was just dodging RCs left and right. He's like, stop aiming them at me.
That's what I would be doing with them. It's like the ball collector on the golf course, on the driving range.
Right.
Aim for the guy collecting them.
New target.
All right, I guess it's that time to let's dig into the RC life of Mr. Kilburn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Jess, you have a question that'll start it off. The people who don't know.
Which one?
Where did it start?
Yeah, where?
Where did what start? My RC, my hobby.
Your RC. What was your first truck?
First RC car, hobby grade. Because growing up, I had the stompers and all that stuff too. First hobby grade was a grasshopper, and that was bought up with a newspaper route. Earning your keep. First thing I did with the paper route was buy a bike. Second thing was buy an RC car. So I bought the car, and then I had to wait about a month and a half to buy the radio. If you've been around for a while, it was a Challenger 260. So yeah, I'm old. Bought it in a small town hobby shop, Stewartstown, PA. It was J&D Hobbies. It's Jerry and Dale, his wife. And Jerry is probably my mentor, tour mentor. I don't know what else to call it, but taught me much to do about RC. And yeah, grasshopper.
So you've seen a lot of, I mean, because I've been in it, we'll say 17, 18 years. I mean, I've seen the change, but I never was in the early days of that. So you've seen a lot of changes. Is there some that like you wish it was still that old way? I mean, I know some of the trucks being over in your little museum with the actual locking diffs and the hubs that actually work, I think is unbelievable.
Yeah, there's some things that the hobby has evolved so much over the years, and probably in the last 10 alone, it's probably been more advances in the hobby than the previous 30. I really don't, other than the nostalgia for an old car, I don't miss the bad geometry. I don't miss the weak plastics. But yeah, some of the creativity has gone away. Like the Blazing Blazer over there, the Tamiya 3-speeds, they were fantastic, and they were archaic at best. I mean, the leaf springs were there, but I don't think they really even worked. At least they don't really flex. The pot metal axles, things like that. I mean, that's what they had to work with. And yeah, they were prone to breaking. You know, we went through a lot of plastic gears in those hubs, the manual hubs on the 3-speed trucks, because they would just eat it as soon as you try to do something difficult. I mean, for like loose gravel, sand, and some trail terrain, they were fine.
I was gonna say the terrain, even in my period of being in, when I first got in, we never even tried the stuff we do today.
No,
I mean, it wouldn't make it a quarter up a way a line.
no,
What we needed to start with.
not really until the Tamiya TXT1, the small one, the TLT, and I'd say the HPI Wheelie King. Until they came out, we really never rock crawled. It was racing or street bashing type stuff. We really didn't mess around too much with rock crawlers until those trucks came out. And we played with the bruisers and stuff like that, but it wasn't what we're doing now.
Yeah, it's funny you say the Wheelie King. That was probably one of my first real crawlers, no drag brake, and I figured that out the first steep rock face. It was million pieces Wheelie King.
It's the freewheeling king.
Yeah, exactly. Hamadi jumped in. He said, "First live he's made." So,
yeah. Cool.
So, like, before we go into the more modern, like the old stuff, is there what's one you regret? We all have our regrets of, hey, I should have kept on to this. And
should have held on to.
Yeah.
I think about that a lot, and it's some of the custom builds. Yeah, there's some that I regret passing on, but honestly, I don't mind passing them on if somebody else is going to enjoy them. A lot of my stuff ends up in the museum, but if it's not being enjoyed, it's time to go. If I could get one back, I probably would want my D90 van back. I thought I was done with that, but I don't think I am.
So I still got a picture of it on my phone. I look at it every once in a while.
that one was a cab over everything before cab over everything was anything, and that, yeah, I kind of missed that one. It kind of kicked off, I guess you could say, cab overs, but I mean, other people were doing it, but nobody was doing it with that silly of a truck. And I'm going to do a couple more, and I have enablers. So Nathan, who just joined us, has sent me a body. You have sent me a body. And it's, I think it's time to do it again, and learn from what I did and do things a little bit differently. I actually have some TRX4M bodies that I'm going to do similar things to. So
Make a mini version. Well, Comedy just said, I forgot about that. The Monster Beetle. He said it back in '87. He got it. That was
Monster Beetle. We parking lot raced those up in York, Pennsylvania. Not Monster Beetles, but we put foam tires on the Frog chassis and put racing bodies at that time, which was something from Bowlink. But yeah, we used to parking lot race those and F1 cars. It's as crazy as that seems.
Yeah, that seems like two different classes right there.
Way different classes. Way different classes.
I would go Beetle though. That's a lot funner.
Yeah. I mean, we raced everything and anything. I had a track in my backyard. My dad dug up a garden and we made a track, oval track. And I had the Traxxas Bullet and a few of the early Traxxas cars. And they were awesome. Associated cars, of course. Then I got JRX 2, which was a fantastic car. I have my JRX T still. It's in disarray, but I still have it.
Now,
That leads to my question. Which one of you had the longest?
The longest would be the Blazing Blazer. The Blazing Blazer has been in my life for a long time. That truck started out back in the 80s at that hobby shop. It was well before I graduated high school. that truck's been following me around between the owner of the hobby shop, my buddy Pete Leatherwood, and myself. It's been around the longest.
I've seen that thing. Could you grab it just so the people viewing can see that thing?
I can. Give me a moment.
I thought you'd have like a conveyor belt of trucks coming in.
Little garage door openers.
Where's the Vanna wife at? Get her down here. Yeah, this thing is cool. I've only seen two ever, and the other one is a straight barn find. It's another guy we know in our area. But yeah, when the first time he showed me his truck, took the body off, and I'm like, wow, I'd break it in a second. Reef got a question. Once we get through this.
Okay. Yeah, I had to move my servo collection out of the way. I don't know what he's asking, but
We gotta make sure we edit or review his comments from now on.
yeah. Yeah, you might want to pre-read his. Yeah. So Blazing Blazer.
Just hold on 1 second.
There you go.
Yeah. So Blazing Blazer, it is all original. The cool thing about these were the locking hubs. So you actually pull them out, quarter turn, and then put them back in, and it'll freewheel. Like right now it's locked. I can do it without seeing, and then it'll freewheel. It didn't unlock.
Wow. And that thing's pretty mint.
Yeah. This is definitely mint.
Yeah, the one Glenn has, it's that barn find, but that thing there is.
Yeah, and and I ran this truck up until probably about till 2018. I would run it once a year, and then the tires are just so dry rotted now that I can get replacements. I can get new old stock, but I'm afraid they'll be just as dry. But I can use other buggy tires that were out in this time frame, but I think I'm just going to leave it alone. Like the cost of production parts is OE production parts is astronomical now. And I really don't want to put anything aftermarket on it.
Is there a supply out there?
There are a lot of old trucks, old kits that people, didn't build or didn't finish building because it is a very complex build. And there are parts out there. I haven't seen a lot of new old stock. I think people are hoarding that stuff. But simple things like this stupid rubber switch cover, right? You wouldn't think much about that rubber switch cover, but that thing will fetch about $75 to $100.
Wow.
All right.
Rob, get busy. Send all those parts to Rob.
Yeah. So they get, some of the stuff is very salty. There's a rubber motor cover, splash guard motor cover, and those are, they're pushing 150, 200 just for that rubber cover. It's silly because they're deteriorating over time.
Now, in the race world, what we did like vintage race in the lunch boxes, the Beetle. Do you know of any crawling events where it's
Vintage crawling?
Yeah,
I don't know of any right now.
Just was wondering about that. Like I said, busting out the old lunchbox and making half a lap before it broke. I mean, it was funny, but
yeah, USTE does the vintage buggy racing. There might be, there may have been 2 years ago. I did run my Hilux, which is the other 3-speed, one of the other 3 speeds, and I run that one when I get a chance. Tires are still in good, pretty decent shape. Trying to keep after it. There was a mechanical electronic speed control. Yes, I said mechanical electronic speed control that were in the Hiluxes. Mine, I had one that didn't work anymore, and I gutted it, and I put a Spectrum radio system in it and a small speed control inside the box. It's like that big. Everything fit inside of there, so I can run it and still have the vintage look.
one question, I'll give it to you. You can laugh a little. Are you ready to get your butt kicked at Beat the Creek with the team build off and our big rally race? I think you know who that is.
Yeah, I am more than ready to not get my butt kicked. I'm not saying I'm a pro driver.
So that's second place because everybody else says they're the winner. So I'll take second.
Yeah,
Let's see. You keep looking. Let's see it. Can we
first,
see it?
No.
see what?
You see the buggy?
See the
Mine right here. You got yours?
The buggy.
Yeah,
See the buggy.
yeah. Let me put this thing away.
I'm worried I'll break it picking it up.
Yeah, I get scared every time I bring it out of the case.
Look at that.
Cute little. It was my first kit from them. It won't be the last, but I've broken them and ran them plenty of times. It's not his. His looks like the photo on the page. I'm not that good at
This is box art. So there's the Rally Beetle. Some things are going to change before the race, but I went with some aluminum wheels. Got them all glued up.
all metal gears coming.
No, I don't do any of that stuff. It's a waste of money on these cars. Yeah. So yeah, it's ready. Ish. There's one more thing I got to put in it. And I haven't done it yet because you got to split the whole front gearbox apart to do it. And that's put in a raw 100 servo.
Yeah, I didn't put no electronics in mine.
Yeah. Then I'm going to, jack up the BEC to, as much as I can get.
I can't wait to see video. I really can't.
Oh, it's going to be ugly.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's going to be ugly.
It's gonna be fun.
The Pro build off, the SCX10 Pro build off that I kind of threw down. That truck, I'll show it to you.
It's like Comedy's asking if you remember the first Futaba electronic ESCs. I remember back at like the
Oh
new
yeah, yeah. The fire hazard in a box. Yes. So there's the build off start. I'm getting there.
mine looks like box art too.
This is definitely box art.
Right there.
This is really sorry.
Great box
That
art.
is box art. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, it's all there. Yep. So yeah, this is a pretty cool truck.
And what body was that? The Samurai? Is that what you're talking about?
So this is the repop of the original axial Trail Ranger. That was only around from axial for a very short time, but this is a repop of that body of the Ranger. So it's very reminiscent of the new Samurai, but it's a little bit smaller in proportions. So yeah, I can get, full tuck. Front tires are just past the front bumper. I don't do Sorka, so I don't care. So, yep. But yeah, it still has body clips, but I can't do body clips because I made the rules and I said no body clips, and I'm like, why did I say that? So now I have to figure out a way to get rid of body clips. So
I might go scale Velcro. Does that work?
yeah, old school side Velcro rails or something might be the ticket.
Or sticky dots, or that putty we hang pictures on our wall with.
Yeah. And we got bonus points coming, so you got to make sure you have an interior. You got to have lights because we're going to run them at night. We're going to run them in the barn. We're going to tear up some pros.
Nice. I'm
You need to
excited.
get yours out of the box, man, and evidently,
Yeah, you got to actually build it.
gotta get 'em out of the box.
That's not in the rules.
No, that's what I'm thinking. I'm just gonna glue 2 wheels to the or 4 wheels to the box. Most original. It did not say it had to be put together. It just said pro build all.
Yeah. So rules are guidelines for cheating. So however you look at it.
I mean, guys put scale boxes in their trucks. Why can't I put a truck on my box?
Yeah.
How many of us are part of this build off?
Right now there's 5.
Okay.
5 Reefs team members are in the build off.
Okay.
I think it's gonna be judged by.
Out of the box.
I'm gonna have to bring a pocket full of 20s to win.
Yeah. So it's fan voting. So it can only be voted on after it's been run, either 2 trails at Beat the Creek or 1 trip through the barn. But you can't touch the truck after the run other than unplug the battery for safety reasons. So they'll be up for fan vote Sunday morning. So if you're at Beat the Creek, stop by Reef's booth and do the fan vote. I haven't told anybody how they're voting yet, and it's going to be interesting.
I'm gonna put Reef's name in front of mine. I think I'll vote for that.
Yeah, so Reef can't vote on his own truck because we know how Reef does judging.
So in your collection, what is Jeremy's favorite that you still have?
My favorite?
Yeah.
Depends on favorite for what.
Just favorite overall. There has to be one that you showed the Blazing Blazer, your prize that you more not pulled me RTR'd it, something you've customized. I know the Funbringer is up on your list.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
question.
Funbringer.
Your questions earlier, so I got a good memory.
Yeah, Funbringer is definitely, and Funbringer's up here. It's the
fun.
6x6.
It's a heavy truck.
It is heavy and it's on the top shelf, so it's just going to stay up there. Funbringer is definitely probably by far my favorite truck, and it's not because of what it is or what I've done with it. It's the truck I learned the most on. So bodywork, taking a regular or a full FJ RC 4-wheel drive body, shortening it into an extended cab. And if you've ever done any chops on that particular body, which is this body right here, the roof line is not symmetrical across the whole thing. So it's not easy like a Defender where you just cut it and shut it. It completely changes. So that definitely challenged me. I actually reached out to Matt from Scale Builders Guild because I know he did similar on his half track. And like he gave me some pointers and he was like, good luck with that. So it was definitely a challenge. Extending it out for a 6x6 drivetrain was hard. It was my first really detailed engine bay in a build, which every year I go to USTE, I try and learn something and do something new. So that one was the engine bay. Body modification was the D90, and then interior is kind of like the next step for me is, and then the next year's build, I incorporate all those things into that build. So it's kind of stepping stone stuff for me. But yeah, Funbringer's definitely, and I love running it. It honestly, it drives fantastic.
Yeah, well, we took it up and did fairway with it. The class 1.
Yeah, I did the entire class 1, all the class 1 courses with it at Fairway, not for judging by any means, but I ran all those courses. I actually won the pull off competition, the sled pull. I actually won that. Yeah, it pulls like a freight train. I drive it at USTE. It's a pleasure to drive, and people freak out when I put that thing in sketchy situations. It's side hills. I've driven it so much that I just know what it's going to do or what it won't do, most importantly. But it's a joy to drive.
It does. It looks absolutely fantastic. Like UST, it looked fantastic on the trails.
Yeah. And it tucks every tire on it. So you can get full
Yep.
tire tuck. And they're Pitbull, I think they're 420s, 425s. And man, they just grab all day long. And and that truck, I drive it like that, and it's got valve stems drilled into the wheels.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say what's cool about your builds. You do RC 4-wheel drive, boom. That thing there is a stinking TRX6, and you totally scaled it out. I mean, it started as the black, I can't remember that body that
it was a Mercedes
yeah.
G63, yeah.
Yeah, and to look at it now, it's what the cool side of this hobby is. It's an RTR built truck that, unless you look under the body, you don't know what the heck it is.
Yeah, it's TRX6. It's got Trio aluminum axles. It's got SSD portal eliminators. It's RC 4-wheel drive, scale engine and transmission into a divorce transfer case, running the full 6x6 drivetrain. So it's a little bit of everything. There's some Bauhaus in there. There's all kinds of craziness in there.
It's definitely cool.
Yeah. Wooden bed. It's like I said, it's just this evolution of things that I've learned in the hobby all coming into existence. I mean, it's got real dipsticks for the engine oil and the transmission oil. I mean, it's got it all. Well, most. I'm going to try and push a little past that next time.
It's still changing. Now, when you start a build, do you start with a body or do you pick a chassis first?
Starting a build, I start with research. I find what I have a terrible little secret. I go on IG and there's a page on there that's called Auto Atrocities. And I look for weird stuff and I build to the weird stuff. The Defender D90 was found on that page, the van that I built. The Funbringer was actually found on that page as a 6x6 variant. The D90 pickup, or D110 130 pickup, straight cab long bed was on there. The dually version of it was on there, and it was a one time. I could only find one picture of one, and it was done during by the UN to carry a trailer. So they made a dually out of a Defender. Land Rover never made one. The military made one. So that's where that one came from. So I start with research. And then I'll see if it's available.
I don't research till after I can't figure it out. Then I'm like, whoop.
Yeah.
Start from scratch.
Yeah.
Anybody want to buy this truck cheap?
El Burro, that's on the calendar back here. El Burro was a bug forum that I found that one on. And Robert weathered the heck out of it and made it right. Wes May did all the metal work on it. All I did was repower it ridiculously.
Yeah, well, talking about it ridiculously, I think I see it. What, fourth row over top cabinet, the overpowered D90
The
misdemeanor.
misdemeanor is gone.
Oh, it's gone. I thought I saw a D90 body up there.
There's a D90 over here. This is one that I built before there were regular cab D90 trucks. I actually scratch built that cab in 2016.
Oh, that's the green one.
Yeah,
On
the
the
green one with the metal cage, exo cage sort of stuff on it. That one is my class 0 comp truck. So everything is right about it for class 0. The hood opens. There's a scale engine in there. It's actually built on right now it's sitting on a VS 410 Pro that's been shortened wheelbase quite a bit. But yeah, that thing's a rock star. It'll do anything. It's a little boring to drive because it's so capable. So I rarely drive it unless it's for class 0.
Well, that one you had at Badlands, what, 2 years ago, right? And is that the truck?
Yes. Yeah, that's the second place win at Badlands for the show and show.
Man, I wanted to run that misdemeanor. That was what was that, a Fortec?
That was a Traxxas Fortec, whatever they call it, 2.0 or whatever. It was on the Supra chassis. Yeah, that thing was
The
dangerous.
D90 crawler body.
With a D90 crawler body.
It was cool.
Yeah. It had a 6400 kV 6S capable castle system in it. It was super sketchy, scary on 3S. 4S, I didn't drive it very far or very long. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to ruin this.
Well, the best part was your scale motor. Basically had this under the hood.
Yeah.
What size motor was that?
It was a 2028 Castle motor. So it's the size of a soda can. And it fit perfectly in between the wheel wells. So yeah, it was for looks, but it was cool. It was definitely. Yeah, that one got bought up right after UST.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah. I let a few trucks go after USTE, and not because I needed to fund anything. I was done with them and just time to move them on.
Make room.
Yep, sure.
Yeah.
We have a question in the chat from Jeremy to Jeremy.
Okay.
What has been your least favorite RC to drive?
Ooh, that's a good question. Least favorite to drive is definitely a Tamiya car. And I'll show you.
Why are we doing this for Beat the Creek then?
I have it, and this is a terrible RC.
Whose idea was this, Reese?
Probably.
Yeah, but that thing is cool.
No,
This is the XR 311. This is the worst vehicle I've ever driven in my entire life for an RC car. And the reason is it was designed as a model first, and then it was made RC. And the weight ratio is all wrong. It's all in the rear. It's got torsion bar suspension. Can you see that?
Let me see if I can pull here. Let me pull you up.
So shiny.
Well, it's got a piece of clear Lexan underneath of it.
You just shrunk him.
You shrunk me. You made me.
That's the only way I could do it.
Yeah, we good. We good.
Then-
Yeah. So if you watch, I'm pushing on the tire, and you see nothing happening. All it's doing is pushing that little metal bar, and it's like a as thin as a coffee stirrer. It's just a strip of metal, and that's the entirety of the suspension. And all it does is sit there and twist it. It's just a torsion bar, but it's got one for every wheel, and it is absolutely disastrous. It's a terrible model. It looks fantastic. It looks fantastic,
Yeah, it does.
but it is trash to drive. By far my worst driving RC.
The bumper, I think, is the coolest feature.
Oh yeah,
The approach angle is
yeah. And you know, you would think that because they built it as a model first and then made it RC, this is like the worst part of the RC, but it's the entire steering mechanism is bolted to that piece, so you can't get rid of it. Like yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah, I got nothing. This is definitely the worst.
What year was that put out, Jeremy?
I'd have to look it up. It's old as dirt. And I ran it once, and that I was like, nope. And it's been in a box and on a shelf ever since. But it was very early. I'm sure somebody will Googlefy it. XR311 combat support vehicle.
Why we got you up? You talked about the bug, and you want to show that real quick? The detail, the one with Rob and Wes made sitting right over your left shoulder.
I don't have it. I have a calendar with pictures of it.
Oh, that's a picture. I thought that was actually.
Picture?
Wow.
Oh wait, isn't it down at the
It is at Castle.
It's at Castle, yeah.
headquarters.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Fair RC had a little thing where you sent in a bunch of pictures and they would make you a calendar. So it's a calendar.
Nice. It looked
So
real.
it's my bug on the backside of every page. Yeah, this one was it was repowered. The reason it's at Castle, I repowered it with the brand new Micro X2, the one that actually had the BEC in it, the first gen, and repowered it with that 5-channel Spectrum radio, so all the shift servos and everything worked in it. And it was a fantastic project. Put dual motors. If you didn't know I got another button here. This is the next one that gets chopped up. But they have a scale engine in the back of these, and you can see it on this side, the electric motors on this side, but they made it with a block off on this side, but you can actually put 2 motors in these. You just need the idler gear and the motor. And unfortunately, you have to buy an entire transmission to get the other idler. But I figured that out now because, yeah, that one will get dual motored too. But these are like these FMS cars, you know, like you have to use the door handle to open them, to open the doors, but it's got a full interior with soft, like rubber seats. They're fantastic models that happen to be RC. And I think I gravitate toward these kind of like the Tamiya stuff. You know, they're models that happen to be RC. And that's kind of what's cool about them.
I'll say why a lot of people are getting in the micro. You want to show that M you've been messing with? Are you able to show that? It's over there right by the Peoples. Yep. That's something cool. I've been checking that body out.
Yeah.
Like body.
This is the hard body crawlers company. I think I said that right. the hard body crawler company. You can get the body on Amazon for less than $60. Of course, I cut the arch out. I kind of made it like the LS Mail Jeep. So when it sits up, it sits about there, maybe Link's level. But it's a hard body. The doors do come off. Yeah.
Very good.
It scares you a little bit, but the doors just come off. But it has a full interior and dash, and of course detailed out because I'm Jeremy. But it's, everything's in there. It's got back seats in it.
Well, somebody looking at that body, how would you rate the build of that body on like a 1 to 10 scale, skill wise?
If like, you don't have to paint these and you don't have to detail them. They do a really good job right out of the box. Putting it on to the hood comes off too. It's just magnets. Putting it on a SCX 10 or a what's the other one? The Trailfinder 1/18 Chalandes. Like, that's what this body's made for. And they give you all the pieces to mount them to those chassis, which are, phenomenal. The build quality, the detail that's in it for the money that you spend, it's a fantastic hard body for $60 for small trucks. They even give you springs to compensate for the weight of the body. So it's a really good deal.
Yeah, that's cool. Sean's asking about your Bushido. He's saying, what's the white samurai in the back?
Yep, that's the Bushido. That one, because I run stock trucks everywhere for everything. I don't just grab them right off the shelf and modify them. So that one I actually ran stock, and before I modified it, and now it's completely modified. That's a Rock Pirates chassis. So it'll look nothing like as soon as I take the body off. So you're gonna be like, yeah, that's not a Bushido anymore. So it's a full Rock Pirates conversion for the Bushido. Yep, I got some OG servo things going on in there too. Old 555. Yep, 555s in there. Metal axles already. Yeah. And it's got all the Rock Pirate goodies on there. Who supports us. I'm not pandering by any means, but Rock Pirates does a great job for Operation 11 Charlie, and I use who supports us in my builds, and it's fantastic. Link's level is where it usually rides, so it does great on the trails. We ran it, 4 or 5 miles the one time.
Yep.
But
Nick's asking where to go. I saw it. It says, Sargeant Major, magnets, how do they work?
what's that?
He said, magnets, how do they work?
Oh, they work fantastically. If you swallow one, as it travels through your body, another one can find it. Don't do that. Magnets are fantastic. I got magnet mounts on all kinds of stuff. But
Saw one in there. What full-size vehicle would you like to see made into RC?
That's a good one.
Company.
That's a good one.
A full size in RC. Like
a Tesla truck, maybe?
No. They're all Tesla trucks.
Yeah, that's true.
Running in gas. Let's see. For a rock crawler, I'd like to see somebody master the IFS. independent front suspension on a Silverado. And that's because I drive a Silverado. But nobody really, Element has IFS and it does work, but it's not as clean and mastered as I feel like we could get to for actual trail rock crawling truck. I'd like to see a Silverado in appropriate scale.
There's another question from trail crawlers. We might have touched it, but what RC do you have that was your favorite build? What kind of went with the Funbringer?
Yeah, it's definitely a fun burger.
Which one was your least favorite build? Like the most challenging that you just wanted to put in a box and get rid of it?
So
Sells those to me.
That's where I'm like, they go down the road.
no.
He's like,
Build? So I would have had to build it, not rebuild it from a kit. Which one is not a pleasure?
And so that blue truck up there.
Yeah, Cross RCs. That one was pretty bad. The HC4.
I know
That's a pretty good
we
call.
talked about that.
That one's a little unique. Not that I have anything against Cross. I've built Cross trucks and they are
Their
fantastic
detail is on par.
once they're built. Like I did a Mammoth BC8. If you know what that is, 8x8. And
I'll talk about that.
Opening that box, I would have had a panic attack.
like the instruction, you better be good at what you do building RC vehicles, because you have to be intuitive beyond the instruction manual. It's a hard build. Like it just, you look at the picture and you're like, that's not what that part looks like.
Funny you said that with Barber. He's in the chat right now.
Yeah.
And the one that me and him just did together for USD. I looked at that manual. I was like, nah, I'm okay. I don't have time for this. I don't.
and they really get you with the Mammoth series, because they give you all the aluminum parts to replace all the plastic parts, but the plastic parts are still there.
Yes.
So it's like you build it and then you're like, oh, there's an aluminum one. And then you have to tear it apart and build it back with the aluminum part. And you're like, it's not a fun build. It's time consuming, and bless your heart, it's tough.
I really would like to get that new one that
The rollback.
The rollback.
no, not that one. The BC8 that can go in water. God, what they call it.
The one with the big tires?
I'm not sure. I know it
No,
goes in the water. It's a boat.
yeah, I don't know.
I don't know, huh?
The amphibian. It's the BC8 amphibian.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Nope. I mean, boats, we stopped talking back in like 86, 87. I ran an old Kyosho boat around a lake. Well, I call it a lake. It was a pond. And oh, by the way, it was in a cow pasture. So you know what that's, you know what. I'm just a kid. Don't judge me. So I'm running this boat around. It took on a little bit of water and it went. Bloop. And I was like, yep. I just took the controller and just threw it in the pond too. I was like, done with boats. I haven't done a boat since. I've seen boats. I've driven other people's boats. I will not own another boat.
You ever
That
mess
is-
with airplanes?
I've flown planes. I've successfully landed 0.
I say flying's the easy part. Landing.
Landing is
Yeah.
a guarantee. The condition to refly it afterwards is not a guarantee.
John got a plane this weekend. We've gone through 4 propellers so far.
See,
Yeah.
On only 2 flights. Explain that.
No, he took it out again as soon as he got home from school today. Yeah.
Rob, Nick said it's a BT8. Yeah, you're right.
BT8.
Yep,
Okay.
BT8.
Yeah, the scaleness on the cross stuff is unbelievable.
It is. It is.
But-
It's just And they really need to get somebody else to write their manuals.
Well,
I'm
with-
curious to see what the rollback is build wise, because for them to sell it at that price, the manual better match. I mean, that's steep. You know, you're almost in $1,000.
it'll come with the audio file. You just put it in your ear and build away.
Yeah, and I hate online manuals.
Yeah.
Stop doing that. Give me a book.
Now with your events, we'll touch the events a little bit. You've done tons of events. What's your favorite? I mean, we can talk about the fixed stuff, comp stuff, UST style trail events.
Favorite, most rewarding event would probably be my first fix that I finished in 2018. I think it was 17 or 18. That was very rewarding. That was, you know, a phenomenal task, and I was literally by myself. Like, I was the only one in the cabin. I was the only one running around. I just did it by myself, and it was a chore, and I'll never do that again, and I'll never let anybody do it by themselves again if I can help it. But it was very rewarding, personally rewarding. The most fun I have at events are the events where all my friends are there, like USTE, where we can hang out, we can shoot the crap, and I get to see a lot of new stuff, get inspired, both for builds and, you know, to kind of open up a little bit. I'm kind of a closed off person by nature. You wouldn't imagine that. But I have this, like, I walk around at work with like the mean look on my face, like the score, the eyebrow thing. And it's just so people don't talk to me.
It works great.
Yeah, it's a good isolator. Because I'm an empath, and I absorb energy from other people, and give them good energy back, and it's very exhausting.
Now, do you have, or if you can release any projects you're working on?
Nope.
Man, no one wants to do that. Like Rob, he has a green screen, so we can't see these secret projects.
So all the projects that you're not allowed to see are on the other side of this camera, on the other half of the room.
Road trip to Jeremy's house.
I wonder if we can hack his cameras in his house. And
Yeah. Good luck with that one.
Oh, Heidi.
Yeah, Heidi walk down, take pictures. She wouldn't know. She is the weakest link when it comes to that. She's like,
this only cost him $10.
like, they're calling me and asking me to take pictures of this.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I got at USTE, I got those the stretch covers, the car covers, and they are working out fantastically for me because I have both of those projects underneath of those covers. So even if she walked down, she's not going to mess with anything like that.
Yeah, I just seen someone posting them.
They're pretty cool.
I don't know if it was Red Cat. Somebody had them. It was
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, Red Cat had some. A couple other people had them that I've seen them popping up. But they're fantastic dust covers and hiders.
In the beginning, you had said that you drove a new toy yesterday. Or sorry, new truck yesterday.
Yes.
What was that one?
That was the FMS Rock Hobby Atlas 4x4. I was like, I really enjoyed driving it.
That thing was a beast.
I was
I watched the video.
kind of shocked, but not shocked. I was surprised because it's the same chassis as the Michigan had, but the Michigan being a hard body, it drove a lot different. And of course, I ripped all the suspension out of that one and put Leishman in there. But this one is still stock suspension. I've done little Jeremy things to it, but it really is well mannered, and it drove well. I'll grab it.
Well, the wheelbase, like I had my Ecto out yesterday with it, and it's got a lot of stuff done to it. Just the wheelbase. I think he's done what? Shocks and tires.
All I did was I swapped out wheels and tires. I swapped out the motor. This is Heidi's new truck, FMS Rock Hobby did not give me this. I bought this. I used the Operation 11 Charlie affiliate link for FMS, and 11 Charlie got back like $16 from this, from the 250. Shameless, but yes. So yeah, it's really cool. Like it's a flip cab. I gotta take the battery out, but it's
Going.
it's a good truck. It's very Michigan on the bottom. Tighten up the slipper when you first get it. Couple other little stuff. Greasing the
For the
axles.
price point, heck yeah. I mean,
250.
Yeah.
So $249. What a great truck. This one's going to Beat the Creek, and I'm gonna run the wheels off of it at Beat the Creek.
see if
I
it's
got plans. I picked up some metal today to do a visor. But yeah, it's got door handles, mirrors, cold air. The fenders are hardish plastic. Headlights, front grille,
working headlights, correct?
headlights, and they're like that dim amber yellowish color, like period correctish. The diamond plate on the bed rails is pretty nice. Like I was all around, I was just really impressed with it. It was well mannered. 13.25-inch wheelbase, so it's a long wheelbase.
I say it looks like a big truck.
Yeah, look, it's long, but it really that body and that hard plastic bed on this truck is the right weight for that chassis. The Michigan, the heavy Jeep body was probably a little too much for it. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. Great little truck. Yeah, the little video I did, I just set the trim up a couple steps and just let it sit there and just walk on that wall.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
Mr. Comedy Dion, on our website, o11c.org, you can send in there, or you can message anybody through social media you see on here. But Nathan, through the website, he's asking how he could help. Is that the best email?
Yeah, probably doing the website. Just go through there, send us an email, just saying you're interested in helping, and we'll get back to you with an email and talk things out, figure out what's best for everything.
Yeah, and like I use his scale engines and stuff.
Well, Blake's in that green truck, Metal Masher.
Yeah,
That's yeah. His detail's unbelievable.
Yep. That's the motor that's in my Metal Masher.
Okay. Yeah.
And the one that's in the D90 pickup that I made. Those are all
nice.
Mr. Comedy.
He's also asking about the dust covers, of what they look like or where he could get them.
Yeah, Nick answered that. Where did he say?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't know the name of the company.
I think there's a couple of them out now.
All
too.
around RC.
What is it?
All around RC.
Yeah, that's what Nick said. Yeah.
That's it. All around RC. Yeah. That's a trick to get me to uncover a truck, and I'm not following. As I looked around rapidly, I'm like,
Yeah, almost got it.
well played. I can show you things that I have done prototype wise. I do prototype test parts for a couple companies, Trio being one of those. If you have Facebook, you've seen somebody post the SCX24 portals. So I did a lot of testing on those. There's very few people would ever see this. So this is a sample of what they send me.
1 second.
So this is 3D printed, every part except for the bearings, of course. So they send them to me in print, and then I do fitment testing to make sure all the things are in all the right places that they actually mount up. Even the it's going to be impossible to see on here. But if you can see inside, the dog bone and cup is actually printed. So they're super quality. But they'll send me a CAD. I'll review the CAD, and they'll send me the print, and I'll make sure everything fits up. And then they'll prototype parts and machine them. And then I'll do durability testing. So a lot of the axle housings, everything for the Rift, the 10-2, the Element, all the SCX, all the FCX, SCX6, all came through here. So I got boxes of printed parts for the SCX6 as well. But it's fun and keeps me busy, keeps my mind clear, and it lets me help out the hobby in a way that I never got to before.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, because as somebody just buys it, hey, you buy it. You don't think about the research and development part of the side, that there's tons of people like you out there who aren't out having fun like us. You're kind of isolating yourself because no one can see this product, and you're running it.
Yeah, and it's, it's not for everybody by any means. I mean, it'll drive you crazy because you get impossible time frames to do things, and then you can't enjoy them with your friends.
Yeah, you can't tell nobody. Well,
yeah,
Right.
look at Wyatt running for a year to pro, and he ran that in public, and no one knew, and everybody's eyes winning events. And
Why did it fall crawl?
yeah. Some prying eyes or interested parties may take skilled photography sessions when people are doing stuff like that. But I typically I do durability testing here in the house. If I go out on a trail, Matt knows where I'm going to be, but nobody's with me.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I remember one of the first, it was a leafer only event we did, and I think it was the Micro X possibly, and I was taking pictures, and you just covered up under the hood, and I was like, oh, okay. Whoops.
Yeah, that was the Copperhead 10.
Okay, Copperhead.
Yeah, the Copperhead I did a lot beta testing on for Castle. I did beta testing for the Micro X2. So USTE 2 years ago, I had the Copperhead then. There's a great video out there of this TF2 blowing through a mud pit at USTE with 3800 kV 4S and just digging a hole, and that was with a Copperhead, and nobody knew it.
Yeah, that video was pretty wild because I'm not a mud guy, and that was cool.
I'm not afraid to put my trucks in water or muddy water like some people.
Don't hate.
They're not submarines. Like, I don't build submarines, but I don't mind going into water. Like the Atlas truck, I specifically build that for Beat the Creek. So they're not vented tires. I sealed the bead lock with a little bit of RTV to keep water out of the foams. That truck is submersible because I've been to Beat the Creek and I know what that means.
Yeah.
Lately, I opened up a magazine and I saw somebody in it.
Yeah, that's Double D. Got Reader's Ride. I had no idea.
Isn't that the one that won at USTE as well?
It is.
That's a heavy truck. I carried it.
Yes, it is. She's a pig. She is definitely a pig.
Very cool though.
Yeah, I'm very humbled by that. I've been in RC car action probably 6 or 7 times now. This is only my second reader's ride of the month. So Funbringer was in there last year after USTE. I've had a couple feature articles, and it's all very humbling. And it's really just to express myself to others, because I used to be that kid reading car action, and I would see these cool things, and the trends that were going on. And, you know, it's inspiring. So if one of the kids out there getting a magazine or digital version or whatever it is, like it's pretty cool.
So what's cool about the building, I mean, for years I was a RTR guy, and I still am, but talking with you share the tips, and a lot of the well, not a lot, all the builders do. I mean, as simple as for years we all use E6000, and then I'll tell you, oh, I got to take it all apart and clean the gas, clean the fog off. Yeah, and you kicked me onto the stinking Gorilla Clear.
Yep.
No more WD-40 in all my windows, getting all those fog off.
Within reach.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely. I did finally get a Tamiya craft tool set, a hobby saw. I'm slowly trying to.
Yep. JIS. Yeah, if you're going to tackle Tamiya vehicles, you got to have JIS tip, Japanese Industrial Standard. You got to have it.
It's definitely cool. Now, what events? Beat the Creek? Are you planning any other that people see you and some of the trucks out?
So this year, after Beat the Creek will be probably be Fall Crawl, and that'll only be for a day, maybe two at most. But that's probably about it for me this year.
Are you gonna hit Dez's fairway? I'll drag you.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm joining.
Now there is a New Jersey show and shine, so I will definitely be going to a show and shine or two. But as far as crawling events, I got some other stuff work wise going on, and I won't be out a whole lot this year. Maybe fall.
I think there's a local show and shine next month.
Yeah, I believe I can't remember. Is it April? Like, is that at the end of April or something?
End of April. I think it's at RC Misfits, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. I know I hit one, and it was Jersey or Pennsylvania or something.
If anyone else in the chat has a question, we're getting down on the time. Is there anything, Jeremy, you've been thinking about knowing you're gonna be on the night that, hey, I want to show this off or share this? Anything under a black tarp?
What's your most detailed that you got going on back there?
What's that?
Your most detailed build.
Detailed?
Detailed.
At this point, double D. There was a lot of hours in that truck. And just the body modifications themselves took, months to get through. But I have a few projects for other people that I do. I do commission work. I think I'm full right now. I got a couple from RC Attic that need to be done. But yeah, I can give you a gander of what the shop looks like without you seeing anything. But
Where's that fancy table? Are you using it?
Yeah, that's this one. It's electric, so it goes up and down.
That's when
When
you
you spend 4 to 6 hours at a stretch, and yes, my bathroom is right there. 4 to 6 hours at a stretch, sitting in one place, you get, moving your elbows once in a while definitely helps, and it keeps a lot of the stress out of your neck and back. So just IKEA was what, $200 or something. But anyway, if I can do this without wrecking the place or knocking things off the table that nobody's allowed to see.
I'm saying I've been staring in the reflection of the glass to see if I can see anything.
You're not gonna see.
You have a chance to go visit him this weekend.
Oh, I know.
Not mistaken.
Yeah, that's my mess. So yeah, it's a lot of crazy. I have, I don't know, 1, 2, I have 5 tables in here
Ready?
that are RC, plus that entire wall in the maintenance room is all my cutting, soldering, and all that stuff is all back there. It's my dirty work zone, and this is kind of clean. This is definitely the clean table. This is definitely the figure stuff out table.
Well, tip you showed me, it's over in the room to your back left for the guys who died.
Storage room.
Oh, is it that way now?
The storage room is straight ahead of me. Yeah.
The guys who dye their plastics, take your wife's crock pot.
You got part of the story, but that's not really. So the rift up here is dyed, RIT dye. I watched it on Scale Builders Guild. I watched him do his chassis in Kentucky blue, Kentucky sky, and he couldn't fit all the parts in the pot at the same time. So if you've ever dyed anything, what goes in the pot with the original batch of formula is all going to be the same color. If you take something out and put something else in, there's a mix of dye that's already gone into that other part, so that whatever you do second is going to be lighter because there's less concentrate. So Jeremy thought himself out of destroying Heidi's, well, it's mine, I cook. So I didn't want to destroy expensive kitchen stuff. So I went to the consignment shop, the big one, whatever. Went to a consignment shop and I found a 16-quart roaster, turkey roaster. And it's got adjustable heat. So when you die, you got to get up to like 160 in the bath. So the turkey roaster is perfect. And I've spent $20 on it. That's a good tip. If you're going to do dyeing parts, definitely.
I'll just come to your house.
Yeah. The other one, if you really want to steal something from somebody, if your spouse has a ultrasonic cleaner for jewelry, like that's a gold mine for cleaning bearings. You put a little bit of Cal parts wash in there, about 50-50 mix with water, put the bearings in there overnight, perfectly clean when they come out.
I was trying to get the email, but Avi's on it. He's on top of it. Yeah, that was a nice, easy thing. Having right tools for the task. I mean, could have did it the old school way, but wife get upset and
Yep.
Want a big
Because it'll ruin everything if you use a pair of tongs to pull it out. Like it ruins the tongs. You gotta be careful. You don't want to get your butt kicked inadvertently for. It's like the running joke of rebuilding a transmission in the bathtub. Like you gotta like pick your battles. That's not one I want to die in.
That's awesome. Running through any more questions?
What's one of your fondest memories since picking up your first RC?
It was very recent. This one sticks in my head. It's a very recent memory actually. At USTE, we inducted my father, but before we inducted him, he drove his first RC vehicle. Now he's bought me RC vehicles, like he bought my first Traxxas TX1, like he's bought them, he's enabled me, he's built tracks for me. His friends have had me build trucks for them, but I've never seen him drive one. And we walked out across the field at USTE, headed for the first trail, and yeah,
It smiles.
Yeah.
The whole weekend.
It was pretty awesome. And he's a very happy man. And he's Vietnam veteran, has been through the ringer in life. And it was just a pleasure for me to see him enjoy what I enjoy. And find that piece inside because he took to it like a natural. I mean, he was doing trails. He wasn't all sketchy and herky jerky, and he's well seasoned when it comes to off-road. Like, I've been in vehicles with him when we shouldn't have been in places that we were in, hunting and whatnot through the fields. So I know he knows his way around, but that was awesome. That was fantastic.
He had a ton of fun doing it too.
Yeah, he did. And he drove everybody's favorite truck, the green Chevy with the active suspension on it. And that, it's not the easiest truck to drive, but he drove it like a champ.
Yeah.
He was
Awesome.
so cute too. Some areas he's like, I don't want to scratch it. I don't want to.
Well, it makes it challenging because it's always moving.
Yeah.
So, for some people, it's not.
Some people, it's a stress reliever, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could literally just.
Yeah.
What'd you do for 8 hours?
Yeah, that's what's the crazy. I mean, some of us been doing it for years, some new. We get out, it does something for each of us, but when you see the reactions like that with your dad, and even the bonding time with you and your dad for that whole entire weekend.
Yeah, I mean, we drove to Florida. We spent nearly, an entire week together. We hadn't driven to Florida since I was 12 years old. Him and I drove to Florida when he used to haul potatoes for a small farm down to Jacksonville. So, that was a long time ago. That was 30 plus years that we hadn't had that journey, and we got to do it again, and it was fantastic.
That's fun. He was a worker too.
Yeah. He that's where I get my nature from.
He does. He jumped in everywhere. Didn't matter where.
Yeah. Here to help.
Mm-hmm.
Now is he have you talked with him about getting back out?
Yeah. We were trying to get to the event April 16th, and they at Hartford Rocks, and try and get him out, as much as we can. Health issues and other stuff aside, like, yeah, he wants to do it again, and he has a fantastic place. He's got Sam Lewis up in York, Pennsylvania, which is the mecca of where.
Well, that's what he said. He said it's like 5 minutes from him. He said, "You let me know when you guys are up there." I'm like, "We will come."
When are we going?
That's awesome.
Road trip.
I mean, some of the first archaic rock crawlers I built out of other things, TLT axles and Stampede transmissions. That's where I broke them. Sam Lewis. I mean, that place is amazing.
I keep hearing about it, but I have yet to get to go.
Yeah, it's a glacial upheave out of the middle of nowhere, kind of like Blue Rocks. Like, it's glacial rock, and like it doesn't need to be where it is, and it's fantastic that it's there.
I want to go. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's definitely needed. Yeah, we'll have to get him out, and it's what the hobby does for everybody, and it's what's cool.
Yep, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Here, just stuck myself with a knife. About that time, 10:01.
Yeah.
We don't have no more questions, guys. We got almost like around 10 minutes left. If somebody in the chat thinks of something real quick, thank you everybody for the questions and the interaction. Does anybody got anything planned for this weekend to get out?
Some trails. It's supposed to be nice this weekend.
Yeah, as I said, well, Mother Nature's giving us good weather. Get it out.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
I'm running away with the wife.
Enjoy.
Yeah, I need lady time.
take the 24 scale.
There you go.
Fits in your back.
I am not taking that ass beating. I'm not.
Blame it on me. I'll deal with it.
You don't want that. You don't want that, Ricky Bobby.
Hopefully she's not watching. But
She watches these. She's asleep right now, but she
Wait,
watches.
I got control. I can read this whole video right now.
Where's Javier at?
He's sitting down there. Nathan, who we got next week?
Honestly, I gotta check my calendar. I'm all out of sorts.
I believe
today.
it's Jason Sang with Asia T.
Yes, it is Age of Teas. So that'll be an awesome show as well.
Mhm.
So everybody get ready. I'm sure he'll want to show some new stuff.
Is he bringing the crew with him?
I'm pretty sure. I gotta actually reach out to him tonight to double check on that, but I'm pretty sure.
Nice. They were super nice at USTE.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were gonna try to beat the creek, but it didn't. That's not gonna happen. So yeah, it's awesome out there trying to get out to the events.
Nice.
Yeah, next week ought to be pretty awesome, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Where's Hob? Is he still here?
He's here.
It's here.
Ah, I see Sergeant G. I was like, who's that?
Yeah.
What's going on, guys? Amazing job, guys. Hey, you guys started. You guys gonna end it. I'm just here doing nothing.
We're supervised.
Right. Right.
We got some
You
birds to
just-
build.
Hey, Matt, you just gotta send me the host back so I could kill it for you guys. But you guys finish the goodbyes and stuff. Awesome job, guys.
Think I just did it.
Let me see.
Yep.
Yeah.
Control is no longer in my hands.
Well, no, you still have the control. I'm just gonna end the show for you guys. So I'm not here.
All right. So we'll start. Let's start with Jess. She was talkative tonight.
Hey, I was prepared.
Word.
Finally. Want to say thank you to everyone that hung out with us tonight. Thank you to Jeremy for showing off your collection and education and all of the details. And thank you to all of our veterans and your families for all of your service and sacrifices that you have given us. And I hope everyone has a great week. Get out, go trails, do something.
Rob.
There we go. I'm not muted anymore. Sorry, I had the airbrush going. I didn't want to be obnoxious. Oh. But thank you for everybody that's been in the chat. Again, familiar faces week over week. We love you all for your support. Jeremy, dude, you know I love you, man. I'm totally stoked about everything that you got coming up, everything that you're doing for yourself, and these other projects. You know, hopefully I can get some of this airbrush work on some of those things going on. You know, I'm really excited about that. And thank you for everything that you do. You're always somebody that I can reach out to if I have a question, and you always respond. And you never make me feel stupid or anything like that. You may just straight up call me like, nah, man, you're dumb, you know, but at least you don't make me feel that way. But again, I love you, man. Everybody else that's on the platform here, I love you guys too. You guys are all awesome. I look forward to every time I see each and one of you. And with Beat the Creek, and I'm going to see all you guys out there, I'm even more stoked. And everybody that's in the chat that's going to be going to Beat the Creek, I can't wait. I'm sorry, I'm a people person. Come on, let's go. Let's have a barbecue. Let's do something.
I got it on my shirt.
See, represent, love it. So everybody's wearing Scale Rat stuff except for me.
I lost my
See?
tiny rat. I'm a little upset about that.
Oh, don't worry, I got more for you. You're good.
My wife found the little one in my pant pocket in the washing machine. Explaining that.
That's fantastic. Love it.
Nathan.
It's an honor to be here. Thank you all for tuning in to another Monday show. Super thank you for Jeremy for doing another Monday show. It's always fantastic. And just everyone be safe. Have a good week. And come back next Monday for another awesome show. Take care out there.
Bennett, are you there? I'll jump in.
I'm here.
Okay, there you
I'm
are.
here. Hiding in the hotel. Sorry I was late. Last minute trip out of town because of a snowstorm coming in tonight. I missed most of the show, so I definitely got to go back and rewatch and see what awesome rigs I missed and what tips I missed, because I'm sure there was a bunch. Thanks everybody for being here tonight. Everybody have a great, safe week. Smash that thumbs up on your way out.
All right. Thanks to all those who are serving and have served. Thanks to Jeremy. You know, whenever I come over to the basement, just sometimes stare at the wall. Thanks for doing what you do to the hobby, whether it's testing the products, giving the pointers. I mean, I've seen you interact, helping people at events. I mean, guys who get stuff. You use the companies you work with to help people. That's good. It's not a selfish thing. To everybody in the chat, thanks for the interaction. See them all next week.
Thank you. Amazing job, guys. I think. Anyway, thank you guys. Just awesome job, guys. I really appreciate it. I just want to say, man, Jeremy, thank you so much, bro, for being part of what we do, for being who you are, man. Always showing respect, regardless of the person, right?
Yeah.
And we really appreciate you, man. So again, thank you guys. Amazing job, everybody in the chat. Dwayne, man, awesome to see you over the weekend, bro. Definitely. Everybody, I said Big Tony there in the chat. Thank you guys for supporting us constantly. We cannot thank you guys enough. And we'll see you next Monday. Be safe, guys.